Hey everybody, this is Diana with the Misfit Journal Maker, and today I thought I'd just take you along to show you how to do a super easy technique for napkins. I've had some people ask me how I get mine looking so smooth, and so I thought I'd just do this quick little tutorial, and I have a few tips and suggestions that might help you guys to be a lot less messy and to get a way smoother envelope or whatever you happen to be putting your napkins on. Most people use decoupage, okay, and Modge Podge for their decoupage or whatever. And I have two. This one is matte and this one is sparkle. I'm not a big fan of this because I guess you could water it down. I've never tried to water down the Modge Podge, but it's a little thick and it tends to rip my napkins, so I'm not very fond of it, as well as the fact that it takes forever to cure. And it's sticky, so like I've waited sometimes a week before to get it to cure, and so the stickiness goes away, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes it's just a little bit, so it's not annoying or anything like that. But this is not my number one method that I would use for on napkins. However, the sparkle one is really fun. I did a fairy journal and used it, and it just enhanced my journal so much. It just made it so cute. And so for, you know, stuff like that, if it's something that is going to enhance it, I will do it. I'll just make sure that it, you know, I leave it for a really long time open, and perhaps with a fan or something like that, so that it will dry, or a heat gun even. But even so, I did use the heat gun and I still had some stickiness, so I left it open for about a week, just to make sure, because I didn't want pages sticking together. I didn't want to have a big mess. But the Sparkle Modge Podge is really fun. I don't know what else they have out there now because I haven't bought any. This one, sparkle one here, is about probably 6 or 7 years old, and it still is just fine. But you have to make sure that you have the lids on tight and no air gets in there. So that's one way. The second way is to get yourself some regular, I think it's called PVA or Elmer's glue, kids glue. Stick it in a little jar and add a ton of water. Make it very, very thin, okay? This works really good. It's cheap. I mean, what's cheaper than Elmer's glue, especially if you go get it when school's going to start? I think sometimes you can get a big bottle for 50 cents. So, and it works good. So this is another way, but I don't use it either because you have to get the brush out. You have to, you know, it depends. If I want to make a scrunchiness with my napkin and have lots of ripples in it and stuff, I would use this. But if you want a flat surface, smooth flat surface with your napkins, you're going to use glue stick. It just works perfectly. And it's so easy and so quick. So here, all I did, I made myself, I call these envelopes. You can cut off the corners if you want to. I didn't this time. I just folded it. And I always leave a little space here between here because I want to make, you know, like you can know that there's something in there. So I like to do these. You can, and the way you can do this, I have my fan on, it's blowing everything. So you can do this a couple of ways. You can glue here, okay, to make it so it's an envelope, or I've done this too, is I've gotten the little Velcro dots and put one right here and put one right here, and that holds it closed. So, or you can get yourself a piece of jute or any type of lace, trim, anything, and just put it around and tie it in a bow. It's really pretty. So there's, you know, it's up to you, your imagination, to do however you want. But to do the glue stick, now I use Scotch permanent glue stick. It used to be called Scotch Create glue stick, and it was in a different, it was more white and red. If you look on Amazon, you're going to find it, and it's going to say Scotch Create. And the biggest thing with this is they have one that is movable. You want the one that says permanent. The one that is repositionable doesn't work. In my, you know, I threw them away. I had bought a whole bunch and threw them away because they were just annoying. But this one that says permanent is great. You have a teeny tiny bit of wiggle room, but it doesn't move. And but like I said, on Amazon, you're going to see you can get 4 of these for $10, and they're the great big chunky ones. And but when you get them, they're going to look like this with the plaid. They are not going to look like the picture on Amazon. And I'm a Karen for that. I've called them 3 times and told them, why do you have the picture of the old packaging when that's not what you send us? And of course they didn't take it down. So anyway, I tried, because a lot of people were like, why am I getting this when what I ordered is, you know, the old one? So anyway, this is what you're going to get. But to me, it seems like it's the same formula. I don't know what they did, but it works awesome for me. It's the only one I use. So anyway, what you're going to do is just put this on the whole thing. So I put down some wax paper so I don't have glue all over my glass mat. Okay, so once you have it all over, you're going to take your napkin, and I guess I can cut this in half. With my still healing elbow, I can't reach to turn that fan above me off, so I've been having a little bit of trouble here with stuff wanting to go away from me. My brother usually helps me, but he was called into work, and so I'm on my own here. Okay, so then you try to find where you want it, and you're just kind of, oh, I skipped a part because this is my second try on this video. I'll go back and tell you guys in a second. Okay, so you usually don't have any, if you just find where you want it and just put it down and just go. I usually never have any ripples at all. It's just plain flat. Now let's see, I felt something. Yeah, I did get a ripple in here, but it's very slight, and I'm able to kind of get it off. Oh yay. Yeah, just kind of, there we go, and it's gone. And that's it. I had one. And that's because my paper here was a little bit like up, so that was my fault. I think I need a little more glue right here. Okay, so now we've got the napkin on perfectly. It's so flat and smooth, and you can see the writing through it, which I love. Now that takes me back to what I should have told you before. For those of you that are new, I'm going to show you again, just because I was in a napkin swap, and I have got hundreds of napkins, so I have plenty to show you. So what you're going to do before you start, if you guys are new to this and this is the first time you're doing it, or you haven't done it very much, or maybe no one told you this, you need to get your layers off these napkins. Okay, some of them have 1, some of them have 2. I think I even found one that had 3. There's the first one. Okay, and some people use tape to pull it off. I can't find my tape right now, so I'm just going to try to do this the hard way. Which this one wants to give me trouble. Come on. Oh, come on. I can do this a million times, but I get on camera and it just doesn't want to happen. But I think that's for everybody. There we go. There's the second one. So you want to pull these off. Some people save them and use them for other stuff. I've got so much stuff saved. I can use it in a lifetime, so mine's going in the trash. But now we have just 1 ply, okay? And that's all you want when you're going to use it. So I kind of backtracked there, but that's what I should have showed you first, okay? You just pick out your napkin and pull off the plies. Okay, so I'm going to let that one with the fan on. It shouldn't take too long to dry before I cut it. And then I want to show you the sparkle. So I'm going to get another book page and do this again. So I'm going to do the same exact thing, but I'm going to use the sparkle instead of the glue stick. Okay. It's probably really, look at that. You can tell how old it is. Wow. Okay. But as you can see, it's still nice and thin. Well, as thin as Modge Podge gets. Okay. So I'm ahead of myself here. I want to make sure I can get that open. Okay. And that's another thing. When you use that, make sure that your you clean your brushes right off, because boy, you'll ruin a good brush with this stuff. Okay, so on this one, I'm gonna just put a really thin coat first down. And I don't know if you guys can already see. I'll try to put it up to the camera how sparkly that is. It's really cute. And then I'm going to put the napkin down. And we're going to try to do the same thing. I don't know how much luck I'm going to have with getting this flat, but maybe. Okay, now I didn't have much of an issue with that, but this is where it comes in. Now, when you're using Modge Podge, glue, whatever you're using, glue stick, well, not glue stick, for not liquid, you want to start and go out, okay? And make sure that you always have enough product on your brush, because when the brush gets dry, that's when it's going to pull your napkin and it's going to rip it, okay? And you don't want to go over it a million times, so you're always wanting to go out. Out, out, out. Oh, this looks so pretty. I don't know if it's picking up my camera, but it looks pretty. I think I'm going to put this in my current journal I'm making because it's flowers. Now, as you're adding this, there is getting wrinkles in the napkin, and it's just because you're using a wet product. So you will get the wrinkles. It's not going to be flat like the glue stick. Okay, but like I said, no matter what, you need to brush out. Okay. Make sure. And I actually can brush out some of the wrinkly things, but then again, you got to be really super careful. Because I don't want to break, I do not want to ruin my napkin. So I'm going to stop because I've got quite a bit of product on there. So, I don't want that to stick. Let me close this up tight for next time. I always have to take a knife and go up under the cover to get it off. And because I don't have time to do this at the second, and I don't want it to dry on here, I'm going to get a wet wipe. And I'm just going to go over my brush. I really like these brushes. They're called Snap. They were from Hobby Lobby, and they weren't. They were from Amazon. But anyway, they're really nice, so I don't want to mess it up. So I'm just going to leave it in here to keep it wet till I can go wash it with soap and water after my video. Okay, so that's what you want to take care of your brushes. Now, I'm going to try to put this up. I don't know how it's showing up, but if you can see that beautiful sparkly thing, that's just freaking cool. So that is going to take a long time to cure. So I'm going to just leave it here with the fan on after I go out of the room. And like, see, I've right here on the edge, it's ripping, but thankfully it did not go past the book page. I'm not even going to attempt to cut the excess off or anything right now. I'm just going to leave it. This one we're going to cut now. Oh, that is so cute. My gosh, I can't believe it. I'm so excited over that. I'm like a little kid. Okay, so with this one, it's a lot easier. It's dry now because it doesn't take that long. And you're just going to go along and you're just going to cut off all the excess napkin. And I hope I'm in frame. Oh, must have got some glue on my scissors. Okay. And also don't want, okay. I need to put something down there to keep this wax paper down. Okay, so I'm going to go back up and cut this edge. And I just want to invite everybody to come to my group. I have a Facebook group. It is the same name, Misfit Journal Maker. And I'm trying to grow my group over there. And I'd love to see what you guys create and show me, you know, if you took ideas I showed you or videos that I did and you did your own twist on it. And I love to see everyone's creativity. So that's what my group's about. I want people to share what they do and ideas and help the new people learn. If you're new, you can ask me questions all day long. I love to help new people. When I first started, I had no idea what I was doing, and I didn't really have anyone to ask. And so I just think it's so cool if you can, like, you know, you have the ability to ask people, and, you know, don't feel we all had to ask or try to find someone to ask. So that's my thing. And also, if you're not a subscriber to my channel here on YouTube, give me a subscribe, give me a like if you like this video and if it helped you. And yeah, so still got some edges here. Okay. So now, one of the things a lot of people do after this part, and also you can do this side too. I'm not going to for the sake of I don't want this video to go long. But a lot of things that you can do is you can do the whole thing, unless, like, if I wouldn't even do this part. Say you want a smaller size and you're going to want to put it in your journal and glue it down, then you would only do this side and this side. So, and then also, I don't know if I said this a second ago because this is like my third try on this video, second or third, is if you want to make it a pocket like this, you just glue here on both sides, or you can get a little Velcro, or you can tie it with twine, jute, anything, ribbon. I think I said that, but anyway, I'm repeating myself. If I did, sorry. Another thing is a lot of people sew them with a machine. I don't have a sewing machine, and I want to try something here. I have these micron pens, and they're not supposed to go through, so that might work. Let me see. This one's a Faber-Castell, and this is a calligraphy pen, but that might work better, but it's kind of dark. I'm going to go with the light one. Okay, so I want to use something that's not going to bleed a lot. This may bleed a lot, but this is my fake way of looking like I've sewed. I try to make my lines the same as a sewing machine would. Now, of course, I can't do zigzag. Well, maybe you could, but I don't know. I just do this straight line. And I go all the way around. And I've actually had people tell me, oh, I love your sewing. And it wasn't. It was pen. But you just have to make sure that whatever pen that you're using, especially on the napkins, is not going to bleed a lot. And this micron's working really well. These microns are pretty fantastic. I've had these for years. I'd say at least 8 years. And as long as you, with these microns, you need to store them like this. If you store them up like this, they don't last. You have to store. I have mine all in a box, and they're all stored laying down like this, and they have just stood the test of time. So that's just another little tip for you guys. And it's not spreading. It's not, you know, it's just working out perfectly. I think this is a fun way to do it. I wish I had a sewing machine, but I can't afford to buy one. And I just don't have room for one either. Looks like a tiny one, maybe a kid's, but I don't know anything about them, so I don't know if any of those smaller machines with just a few stitches are even, you know, worth it, or if they work or anything. So there you go, faux stitching. Okay. I guess you could do, you know, like, let me grab this. I guess you could kind of do this stitch. I don't know. That's kind of cute. Yeah, I guess you could do that, but I kind of like just the straight little lines for the stitching on mine. So yeah, that's another little thing you can do, and then you can just decorate how you want. I have some like little plastic butterflies I got on Temu. You can use those. Anything you want. You could even make another little pocket right here to put something in. Just the sky's the limit. Whatever you want to do for your journals, and you know, whatever you're making with your napkins, whether it be now, of course, if you were Modge Podging on, or decoupaging, whatever, with a napkin on a different type of surface besides paper, I don't believe the glue stick would work. I don't know. I've never tried. I think with that, you would have to have the liquid. But I just wanted to give you guys a couple tips and things you can do, and tell you options of which is, you know, the best way to go as far as easy. If you're somebody who mass makes, a lot of people I watch on YouTube that I followed forever that are my favorites. Gail Agostinelli is one. She really mass makes her ephemera. And if you mass make ephemera, this is perfect because it's quick, and it's easy, and it's just beautiful. It comes out so smooth, you guys. I wish you could feel it. There's no wrinkles at all. And so yeah, and that's a great mass make right there. But I don't do that. So I'm like, everything I make for my journals, any type of ephemera, I only make it as I'm making my journal. I guess because I only make one journal at a time, and usually it takes me several months depending on how much time I put into it. Especially, you know, if you're somebody like me and you've got health issues and you can't sit in a chair for hours at a time, you know, every single day, you know, your ability to produce things goes way down. So so yeah, I just make it as I go, and I'm enjoying that. You know, it's kind of things come up on the fly, and you know, I gain inspiration from watching all my favorites. I watch Pam at the Paper Outpost. Like I said, Gail Agostinelli, Treasure Books. There's so many people that have such awesome ideas, and a lot of times I just put my own twist on it. Say they do it a certain way, and I don't have a machine, or I'm not able to do what they do. I just try to use their idea and put my twist on it. And I think that's what we all do. Even them, I see them use each other's ideas. You know, it's just kind of what you do. I mean, we all love working with paper, but you know, at one point you run out of ideas of what you can actually put in a journal. I'm up at night thinking in my head, okay, I need some new idea, something that I haven't seen before, you know. But that's kind of hard because there's so many people that are so talented and have so much to offer and show us. So you know, it's just an ode to those people that I've learned from. So anyway, I hope maybe somebody can learn a little something from me, and I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon, and I don't know, smile at someone, be kind, make their day today. I'll talk to you next time.